Right, I'm going to try and keep today's video as short as I can because it's a fairly big topic and I feel it needs to be addressed before I go into the world of vlogging properly. So today we are dealing with nerd girls and how to tell the difference between a real nerd girl and one of those hipster fake nerd girls without sounding like a tool and insulting a real nerd girl. This advice doesn't apply to most people. Most people are, quite good at giving people the benefit of the doubt. But for some people, you really need to learn. And I hate to say it, but it's something I've found mainly within nerd guys, which is a weird concept since a lot of the nerd guys I speak to wish there were more nerd girls out there. Still, starting with today's topic, the biggest rule of not insulting a nerd girl or anyone that would like to say they're a nerd, there is one thing you must never say, because if I hear this question, I will chop your head off with my plasma sword. I'm not even kidding, I've heard this question so many times it makes me want to scream. Have you even played that? No. Stop. I know I'm not alone with this. I have talked to other nerd girls and they hate this question as much as we do. So if you ever want to become friends with a nerd girl or just even talk to one without her secretly wanting to kill you, just never ask that question. You'll be fine. Rule number 1, benefit of the doubt. Like I've said, you don't go in there and assume automatically because she's pretty or because she's curled her hair that she is not a nerd girl. So give her the benefit of the doubt. Step 2. Once you have initially accepted this girl might be a nerd girl, you start inquiring to see if she really is. But once again, the important thing is to not sound like you're interrogating her, because that's slightly terrifying, okay? First thing you want to do is ask her what she's interested in. If she has difficulty naming her fandoms, don't assume she's not a real nerd girl. I have difficulty naming my fandoms. There is a huge excess of them. Step 3. Once she has named what she's into, ask her about them, just casually. If it's something you know about, just casually ask her about it. And if she can give you a fully, eloquent response and tell you what her favourite Assassin's Creed game is and why and what console she prefers or whatever you are talking about, what comic it is she likes, whatever, if she can give you a full and eloquent response, she probably is nerdy about that thing. Just because you might find out that she's not into another thing that you think all nerds must be into, does not mean that she's not a nerd. Step 4. You now reevaluate the conversation that you have heard. If she says to you, oh yeah, Marvel's the best, and then starts talking about Batman as a Marvel character, or you ask her what her Cardfight Vanguard deck is, and she's like, oh, I play a mixture, I play a mixture. Vague answers or saying, oh yeah, I love the 13th Doctor the best. She's probably not really a nerd girl. And now you can walk away. Just accept it as an experience you've had and walk away. If she has given you fully eloquent answers, oh yeah, this is my favourite game, I prefer it to the sequel because, it has better graphics, I prefer the controls when you're doing the horse riding, whatever. If she can genuinely talk about the thing she says she's interested in, no matter if you don't think that's a particularly nerdy thing, or she said she's not into Star Wars, she is a nerd girl. They are not unicorns, they exist. It's pretty easy to tell the difference if you just give someone the benefit of the doubt. And that way you're not going to end up insulting someone, whether they are or are not a nerd girl or into the things that you are. Hope this helps some people, because I don't want to be asked that question again.